Well, I guess the more the life, the better. Okay, since I'm on this, well, I got that left that tight in there. I should have took it out and put another one in there. I am making me some coffee, so I did that earlier today. So uh, I don't know why I didn't take that tight out, take that up out of there. So first and foremost, people see that still sitting there like that. All right, the curses, overcoming the curses. That's what I'll say. Name the video because I always doing videos and I don't never plan what I'm gonna say. I don't sit down and just practice and program. I just come on here for the most part and just try to be myself. But today I'm gonna show y'all something. You remember I told y'all I couldn't read and write? Yes, that is absolutely the truth. I said I couldn't read and write. I grew up to where I had a poor education. Now I really don't know if it actually slowed me down from actually having my own uh, occupation. I done had jobs in my life, but I struggled with not knowing how to read and write at first, and I'm still struggling with the writing, with the spelling right now. I think that's my biggest hump that I'm trying to overcome too is just the spelling. I do good in reading, but when it comes to the spelling, I promise you, I do a horrible job in spelling at all. I wouldn't be able to know how to even spell what I'm talking, what I'm saying right now. I can probably spell a little small. Well, mm, I'm not even on an average spelling level. To tell you the truth, I'm not even on an average spelling level because I grew up and my education was just so poor to the point to where I'm trying to. That's why I say that maybe that's why I can relate to the struggle of Deuteronomy 28. Even though I can say that I can't do a good job with just saying where I go back to. I don't do a good job. Most of us, I think, don't do a good job with all that. A lot of us gonna have to say French Creole. Uh, my dad is from Spain. We all over the place. I know I'll say that Costa Rica. So I really don't have no clue. Well, wait a minute. I don't know. I can't say do I have a clue. My dad. You know what I mean. But the point I'm making is, it's just you see how I'm lingering with that? You see how I'm lingering with that? But with the curses, I can say, hell yeah. Just like that. The curse, somebody asked me, man, you've been through a lot. Yep. Think about that. Why is it that you can say, have you been through something? Have you been through a hard time, had a hard time? Yep. Have you lost your job? Me? Yep. Have you been getting fired on every job, most of every job you had? Yep. I can say that. If somebody asks me, what's your nationality? What you go back to? I don't know. They said Creole. They said my daddy was from Spain, and then they turned around and said that my father was told that he was from Costa Rica, blah 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 blah, and so on and so forth. You like, well, I really don't know. I don't know which one. What would you put on your application? Me, I would have to put other. You know what I mean? But if you ask me about trials and tribulations, yep, I can do that. If you ask me, do how many of y'all ever had a problem with spelling, which had a speech problem? Me, I would be the first one to raise my damn hand and say, "Yep, absolutely right. I can go with that one. Yes." If you ask me, do you think you would be racially profiled? Yep, I can say that. Yep, I most definitely. If you, if there was a white person, so-called Caucasian person, committed the same crime that I committed, let's say robbing a bank. If somebody asked me, who do you think would get the most time? You that talk about me, or will it be the so-called white man? More than likely, I would get more time and be raised. There's no doubt. I know that there are certain crimes that you can commit that I can commit. I know without a shadow of doubt that I would get more crime than anything. Why? Because I can relate to my brothers going through that shit, going to prison all their life. Then one ended up dead in the grave. Then you get a call from the deputy saying that they claim he killed himself. Stuff like that. I can, yep, no doubt I have. But why is it that every other nationality can tell you where they from? Oh, I'm from here, Ethiopia. Show you a map, the time, the place, everything when they was born. Oh, yes. But we got to sit around like, well, I was told this, Creole. I was told this. I was told that. So I don't know. It's like you get three different nationalities. You get three different answers. I don't know. You hope that you don't go back to these dirty bastards that did all this damn crime. You see what I'm saying? You hope that you'll see. I be thinking like that. Like, damn, I hope I don't go back to these to these demonic motherfuckers or whatever. Like, damn, like you know what I mean? You right in the middle, you hoping. But when it comes to trials, tribulations, not knowing how to read and write, family stuff, you being separated from your family, they putting drugs in your neighborhood. Every time your family get out of jail, they go back in for the same stuff. That it be usually be some for some crack or some drugs or some cocaine and all that kind of stuff. Oh, he got it. They picked him up on a drug charge, or he got to do 3 years for some drug time. He violated his probation. Oh my goodness! Now you got to be separated from your family another fucking 4 years. Can I can I relate to that? Hell yeah, I can relate to that shit. Can I relate to? Can I say where my dad is going? Can I go back and find my roots right now? Hell no. You just right in the middle. Then I can relate to families losing their life, not taking care of their kids. All that shit is in my family. Can the Chinese man, can the white so-called, honestly, ask yourself this thing. Can the white man look at that and say, and can relate to that? Can he read Deuteronomy chapter 28 and can relate to that and say, oh, that's my family, let's talk about my people? Hell no, he can't relate to that. But you hearing we gotta deal with the shit our family saying, boy, your daddy wasn't shit. That was an evil bastard. We got to deal with that shit. But they telling the truth though. They telling the truth. I done got that a million times. You need to go take him to the hospital or go see somebody psychiatrist or whatever. He got a mental problem. Have I ever experienced that? Hell yeah. I got to deal with my family telling me that. Are they right? Yes, they right about us having the conditions. Yeah. Oh, his brother was crazy. He was schizophrenic. Have I dealt with that? Yes, absolutely. Yes. It's true. This is the black culture. I mean, the so-called, I'll say the so-called black culture. I'm not black. I know I'm not black. I just say I'm a man of color. That's all I say. Man of color. I don't know shit. Some black ass hair. You can't. I mean, the hair don't prove shit though. You know what I'm saying? I know I'm cussing y'all, and y'all saying, "Well, what the hell?" Yes, I'm relating to some shit. It's painful. You gotta deal with the shit. Well, your daddy, he was this and that. I wasn't in love with your daddy. All kind of shit. I wasn't in love with your daddy. They was right. You hear family say you sit around and you hear this shit. You hear this shit all day, every day. Can I relate to all of that? Absolutely, I can relate to that. Can I relate to being stressful, thinking about who my daddy is and wondering who they are? Yes. Hopefully, they not of these dirty bastards, like I said. Yes, I deal with that on a day-to-day basis. It started in 2018 when I started listening to my brothers on the street. And I'm like, man, my profile not of this shit. You got to deal with that shit. That's stress. I mean, it can be stressful. For me, I'm concerned about my salvation. I'm concerned. This shit is painful. I'm telling you. And God don't play, man. Our people don't care nothing about their nationality. You tell them, what? You from Judah, you from Levi, you from this and that and the third. It's like they don't hear it. And you struggling with yourself. You be like, damn, I hope I don't descend from Esau. I know I said, damn, I hope my forefathers not these damn dirty people. Like, damn. And you start looking at yourself, damn, do I have character traits of these people? Damn. But I know it's not, according to the Bible, it's not about how you look, it's about the spirit. That's a lot of pain, man. Like, damn. And I'm putting this video, and all at the same time, I'm trying to practice my spelling. I'm trying to practice how to write checks and stuff. I'm trying to practice of doing this here. I don't know if I should show all the names and stuff. Next time I'm not gonna put the name. I just hold it back like that. You know what I'm saying? But that's this. Let me show the blank shit. I'm trying to learn how to do that. I've been going to, like, yeah. So that's I don't want to. I won't care what I'm putting out there, but I am trying to learn how to write shit out. You know what I'm saying? Put the names and all that kind of stuff. My spelling is horrible. If you ask me how to spell First Garrett Bank, I'm gonna be sitting up there blank. Everybody in the damn room will have to laugh at me. I don't. First Garrett Bank. You mean to tell me you don't know how to spell that shit? This is what some people in their mind, they might in the back of their mind, they may not come out and tell me directly, but that's what they do. Plus, you don't know. I mean, I'm not making no excuse for it now. I am doing something to overcome it. I am, but I'm just saying, in the process, it's been hard. Can you imagine just sitting up there having to step on your parents, your brothers, your sisters? You don't know how to read shit. You don't know how to manage, do business and stuff. You got to ask one of them at 40 some fucking years old. Like, damn, that shit. Just imagine having to deal with something like that. On now, see, the only difference in the Caucasian, the so-called Caucasian race, they're not gonna sit there and look at their kids suffering from whatever illness that they got and not trying to get them some help. They get that, damn, they have easy access to the resources to help build them and help heal them. You see what I'm saying? $100,000 for a so-called Caucasian, most of them. You see what I'm saying? They get the benefits of not being racially profiled. They don't have to walk in and be like, well, how much is surgery going to be? Most of them don't, because why? Because they own most so-called Caucasian own all the resources. The Jewish man own all the resources. They know how to take their kids. I'm not saying that we can't get it now. I'm not sitting here just saying, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that we can't. You have a lot of us that's climbing up. You have a lot. I'm not saying that so-called black people can't rise and they can't get the same thing. You see what I'm saying? But it's easier for a so-called white woman and a white man is not to be racially profiled. When they walk out there in the streets or going to the store or anything like that, more than likely they know, okay, our forefathers got our back. We don't have to worry about shit. They know they don't have to wake up like this every day. Why? You know how I know that? When I look out here in this neighborhood, I see nobody but people that look like me and darker than me living in this neighborhood. I don't see no foreign people living in here. More than likely, I'm just saying, the average, the majority of people that live in these ghettos and slums and in the neighborhood that's paying low income, they are not Caucasian people. So-called white people who are watching this video, they know that right now. They know it. They know that. They know it even as I speak. They know that they don't have that to worry about more than us. They know that when they go to them stores or anything. Now, some people will try to, they got this dude who disrespects his nephew, say They don't really care about who they lock up. It's all about them making money. They'll use that to try to discredit what I'm saying. Peter, so-and-so, Joe, they got people right over here on the other side of the, in overseas. They locking him up. I know a white guy, they locked him up and throwed away the key and he can't even get out. That's a damn lie. No. More than likely, we are on average as a whole, as black people, as a nation. We're not talking about little bitty tiny stuff that happens to so-called white people. Yeah, they can get beat up by their own people and get beat and stomped the hell out and all that. But the last person that had his knee put on his neck, it was George Floyd. And George Floyd was a black man, so-called black man. I ain't never seen no white man put his knee on a so-called white man, another white man's neck and do that. I never seen it. Can you Google up videos and show me that video? I never seen it. Help me out. What you said to your uncle, Mr. Nephew, what you said to your uncle, why you ain't show me that video? I had it wrong. Show your uncle them videos. If you're saying that you basically want to say everybody's being treated wrongly and this and that and the third, right? It's like you're not living in reality. I know your uncle looking at you, he probably saying, damn, my nephew not living in reality. He done gotten shit. He done downloaded a virus in his damn brain or read something that just messed his brain up. And I believe from what he said, you are. Because you have to remember, you on a different side of the fence. Now you got the big head. You see what I'm saying? Because guess what? Like you criticizing your uncle for shit he doing, living in his single parent household. Guess what? Your ass survived off of that shit that they put out to you. You survived. You came from the same You came from the same mud. But now you done got on your high horses. Now you better than everybody else now. Oh, I'm living on the other side of another side of the world. I'm better than. That's basically what you're saying. You shitting in your uncle's face. And then you had your nerve to sit up there and tell your uncle. What did you tell your uncle? He wasn't a slave. I'm I'm going like, what the hell? And I'm like, he told his uncle something like that. It's almost like I went insane when I heard that. Like, what the hell is he talking about? You need to come back to yourself. I don't know what it is you done downloaded in your reading, bro. I don't know what the hell you done read and it done mess your brain or whatever up. Your uncle might get this video before anybody. I'm trying to figure out what made him say that to his uncle. When his uncle came from he disrespected his uncle's whole struggle legacy. Plus, he lost his baby brother. Then lost his nephew. Then he didn't grow up with a silver spoon in his mouth. He didn't bring up the part where his uncle took care of his grandmother, which is his mother, worked 5 years, held the job down. That's the longest he ever held a job, his uncle. You still didn't even give your uncle credit for nothing for that. You ain't even say, well, at least my uncle tried. You ain't give him credit for that. But he been getting out on this job all his life. He grew up, he was born into the struggle. I don't know what would make you say something like that to your uncle. I don't know what the hell you done downloaded in your damn. Look, excuse my expression, people. I love my people, but I'm trying to figure out why. Because I got to be careful how I'm presenting this video, because I know a lot of people are gonna watch it and everything, and I know they're gonna look for anything that they could to say I'm this, I'm stupid, I'm this and that. I don't know how to address people without coming online. I am trying to figure out What in the hell would make you say that to your uncle? I would love for you to comment up under my video. What made you say that? I don't know. Maybe you need it. I don't know if it's the military shit that you was in. I don't know what the hell who you went to, who you talked to. What the hell is going on? You come back to yourself. You're too smart and you're too intelligent. You almost a damn. You damn. You're a damn genius. I don't understand what's going on. You done lost yourself. Something done happened. You need to wake yourself the hell back up and come back to yourself. Because that is totally fucked up what you told your uncle. That is totally fucked up. And I'm telling you myself. And if I saw you in person, I would tell you that was fucked up what you said to your uncle. What I say right here on this camera, I won't disrespect you. I still love you. But I don't know why you said that shit to you. I just don't understand why would you say some shit like that to your uncle. Like, dude, we, your uncle, as well as I, have to still go and pay for our shit. You said that to your uncle. Then I should be able to get me a car. Your uncle should be able to get him a car. And we both should be able to drive on the highways, right? We should be, based upon your logic and what you just said. If that was the truth, if I wasn't never a slave, or if your uncle wasn't never a slave, your uncle, don't you think he'd have been on the road right now? He'd have been, as soon as he was 18, he'd have just went and got him a car. He'd have told us, hey, I need a car by all means necessary right now. I ain't got to have no license, no insurance, and no tag, no window, no license tag in the window, no up to date, nothing. I don't have to have that. Shoot, if you telling your uncle he free like that, hell, don't think I'd have been to have me a car? Hell, I ain't got to have no license, no driver's license. I ain't got to have no insurance on that car. I ain't got to have no up to date license tag on that car. None of that. Is that what you saying? Tell me. I go out there and I get somebody to give me a car. I jump in a car if I don't need, based upon what you saying and what you telling your uncle. Your uncle he'd go out there and get him a car right now. Better yet, your uncle would have been told you is to help him get a car. I would love to see where your uncle never been a slave. If I find out he wasn't never a slave and your uncle had to pay for all the food and stuff, feeding you was young, your uncle did all that shit for you. Fed you out of the same struggle spoon that you had, that he fed you from the same struggle spoon that he had. He feed you with that struggle spoon, even though he didn't have shit himself. And his mother was doing the same thing for you. So come on, dude. What are you saying? You know what life your uncle came from. Now then your uncle, not only that, your uncle struggled and brought you to a church called Seventh-day Adventist. He didn't know. He done the best he could. You didn't even give him no fucking credit. You didn't even give your uncle no credit for that shit. You need to come back to yourself, dude. I don't know what the hell you done got. I don't know what you own. If somebody got you witchcraft, tell me. That's what I want to know. You got to be witchcraft. Because you prove that you fit the curses and your uncle fit the curses. What are you saying? You talking about this man, what? I don't understand. I just don't get it. I'm trying to pull hair out my fucking head right now, trying to figure out what made that what made that shit exit your mouth. That's what I'm trying to find out. How could you fix your mouth? Your mind is to let what you said exit your mouth. You need to retract what you said in a hurry, because you must have been. Is you on something? Out of all of the hard struggles, what are you saying? You trying to say because your uncle doesn't look a certain way, like he looked like just because you don't look a certain way, that doesn't make you not struggle. You got fucking Puerto Ricans that looks white, looks Caucasian, but they're not. You can't look at somebody and say, "Oh, they didn't have a struggle like we did because they look like they look like Esau. They look like." You can't go by that shit. Hell, all your uncle can do is he can relate to the struggle. All I can do is relate to a struggle. I'm speaking on what I know. I'm not gonna sit around and call myself something that I know. That I don't know for sure I am. I'm not definitely not doing that. Them fake ass Jews over there in Israel claim to be the real Jews. They do that shit. We over here in America never claimed that nothing like, cause we didn't know what that was. When I was a teenager coming on up in my 20s, I ain't never walked around calling myself no Jew or no this or that or no Israel or what. I didn't know what the hell it was. I read it out the Bible. I just said, well, I read the Bible, and I was always told when I saw the people with them wraps over, oh, them must be the real Jews or them the real. I didn't know no better though. All I know is that Deuteronomy say that a lot of our people would lose their identity and they would have to go into slavery because we didn't keep the commandments. And because our people didn't keep the commandments, these curses fell upon our forefathers. That's all I can relate to. All I can relate to is the destruction, separation, and not getting along with certain family members, like are currently now. And I say to myself, I can relate to being rejected. Of course I can. I can. Your uncle definitely can relate to being rejected by a bunch of women. I can relate to him. I can relate to being rejected by women. I've been getting that from 30 all the way to 39. I just said, shit, I'm just going to stop. I'm going to stop. I'm going to stop trying to approach him and say, hey, excuse me, you're beautiful, this and that and third. And I was in the Bible, but they didn't want nobody that was in the Bible. So if I can relate to that, your uncle can relate to the same. He can relate to the same shit. I just don't understand. I'm trying to figure it out. If you get this video, you got some explaining to do, partner. I'm like, what the hell? And I'm still trying to figure it out. I hope you get this video. I don't know what's going on with your mind. Because even you overweight in another state somewhere, whatever the hell it is, you still got to pay for your shit. Try leaving your country try leaving from where you are over here without a passport, with no ID, none of that. Try that. Your uncle, I bet you your uncle could leave him without an ID or this and that and the third. They got to have a passport to go over in another country where you at. Your uncle has got to have a passport is to go over into the country where you at. Why are you saying this shit about your uncle? He got to have a passport. So is somebody putting something in your food? Because I know your uncle is imagining the same thing. Like, damn, he gonna diss me like that and not disrespect the struggle that I've been through? Telling me I was a slave and all of that? You need to do some reevaluation and check what you've been putting in your brain and what you've been reading. You need to go back and check and see what you done read and reevaluate your mind. Or go somewhere and just sit down and meditate and think where that came. Where did that come from? You told your uncle that. I don't know what I don't know what you on, man, but you need to get it together, man, because you sure ain't yourself. All right, I'm out. Enough with this hand, but I'm trying to work my step my game up with my selling so that I can learn how to write out. Y'all can see that, write out checks and stuff like that. I'm just doing it, just to prove to people that you know, my family members had, when I got a job, any type of job that I got, I had to depend upon my families to fill out the application for me the whole time because I think it was my mother and I think my father was at the hospital. And when they had me, when I was coming out of, when they had me doing birth, and I came out for some reason, my father, he was smart. He might have not been there for us, but my mother said he looked at me and she said he could tell. I don't know how he could do it. I'm just going by what they telling me. Say, he said they done fucked my baby up, just like that. They done fucked my baby up. Cause they said I had a frown on my face when I was born. They said my mother told me that my father and dad, they saw a frown on my face, and the frown wasn't right, and said that the doctor said that I would be a harm to myself, and said that I could never be left alone, and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? I remember I used to go in there in the kitchen late at night. I would get up and I would go in the kitchen and I would just pull out eggs and stuff like that, weight eggs and just mess the floor up and things like that. That's what I did. You know what I'm saying? And I would just make sounds. Some things I'm just kind of embarrassed to say. Make sounds at night and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? And rocking. You know what I'm saying? Just rocking like I was in a rocking chair or something. They said that. That's what I was doing. As a little bit of baby. I was probably approximately about 4 or 5, and those things they say was considered not normal. My mother was telling me, they would bring me to the health clinic, and they would say I would when the doctors would ask me what was my name, and I would repeat what they say. What's your name? And I would get all up on the desk, and I would be playing with their face, and I would just start just playing with their face, nose, or something like that. And I was I was a very hyperactive child. I wasn't, basically they were saying that the way I was acting, I wasn't normal. That it wasn't a normal reaction for me to at 4 and 5 years old is to be repeating what they say. Everything they would ask me. You see what I'm saying? Because I would be all up on top of the desk and stuff like that. And I guess it takes courage to say that, you know what I'm saying? So ever since then, I never knew what it was like. It's that live. It's like my life. I lived on the inside cage. You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? It's like I lived on the inside cage. And it's just been hard. You see what I'm saying? I feel like even when I was in school, I would just feel like I just was shy. I was always shy. I feel like I just felt different from all of the other kids. You see what I'm saying? Um, I felt like I just knew it was differences in my comprehension when people would ask me certain questions or something. I couldn't really comprehend like a normal child would. You see what I'm saying? This is what my family, and I was wondering why I was pretty slow in that area. You see what I'm saying? I was just totally different. I just wasn't in the classroom with the children. You see what I'm saying? I was like basically I was in what they call a special educational class. You see what I'm saying? And and for a long time, I was very embarrassed to tell people where I came in that area where I come from. You see what I'm saying? I was very embarrassed. My mother used to tell people all the time that he was his like different thing. He had a slow learning disability, and I would get mad and I would be getting offended with my parents for even saying. I'm like, man, don't say no shit like that, man. I don't nobody know that. You know what I'm saying? And it took me some years to actually overcome that. You see what I'm saying? Feeling like shame in that area. You see what I'm saying? And now they say it doesn't bother me when I came in contact with the Hebrew brothers in 2000, the brothers that be on the streets in 2018. I first heard the breakdowns of who Esau was, and I heard the breakdowns of how our people, where they read some scriptures where it said, "And the Lord shall smite thee with madness." This, all these things is a curse. All these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee. All these curses, and to me, that gave me it right there. It just looked like it's almost like that's a possibility that could be talking about me. Like it started giving a sense of awakening to me, and that's probably why I got into this, and I'm so passionate about it now. You see what I'm saying? Because I'm like, oh, okay, I never thought about that. Like all these curses, and say all these curses, and then I went to thinking. I said, I thought about slavery, how they didn't allow the slaves to even have the Bible, and stuff like that. And all it just went to like lights just went to coming on. And that's why I feel like I can relate to it because of those atrocities that happened. You know what I mean? Other than that, if it wasn't for them curses, I probably still would be lost. But the curse just gave me a general idea that it's a possibility you might be part of this. You could be part of being of Israel. I'm not claiming it, but I'm just saying, it's just give me a sense, a general idea of what I might be. I'm not saying I'm not just all the way claiming it right now. I'm just like in the middle. You see what I'm saying? And when I hear it, it's like it's a possibility that you could be of these people or whatever. That's how I put it. I don't want to. Again, I don't want to walk around lying and claiming something that I'm not. I don't like doing that. I don't like lying. I just stay right in the middle and I just let y'all know, and I'm only speaking on what I can relate to. I said I can only relate to the curses. That's it. I can't say walk around and call myself Israel. I can't walk around and call myself that. But I can say that I can relate to a parent household. I can relate to just growing up in the struggle. I can relate to that. You know what I mean? Not being able to not owning your own this and that without having to pay taxes. You got to pay taxes. Stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? In a society where that I know that my brother been racially profiled against, accused of some shit that he didn't even do. Then I have another brother currently that's in jail. He been in there all his life, and you like, damn, I'm separated from my brother. I can definitely relate to, how you want to have your family, you want to be able to talk to your family and stuff. I experienced being separated from my family because my brothers and they had a drug problem. Well, one of them, the other one probably just smoked weed and stuff like that, smoked cigarettes and stuff like that. But for me, I think it had a lot to do with my mother. She prayed for me. You know what I'm saying? She would lay hands on me and pray for me. Sometimes I would know she would lay hands. I would know it sometimes. Maybe sometimes I didn't know she was laying hands on me and praying for me. She would literally lay hands on me and pray for me. Sometimes, a lot of times I knew she was doing it, and a lot of times I didn't know she was doing it. But sometimes I would be in a deep, 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 deep sleep. I didn't know. And sometimes I would feel a hand come on me and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's what helped me, and it just snapped me. For some reason, something just clicked within me right fast. Like, no, you don't want to go this route. You're going to end up in jail. You end up in prison, this and that and the third. So he got me young. So evidently he must have had a plan or whatever. A lot of things I still don't understand. You know what I mean? My father, I didn't really, me and my brother under me and my baby brother, we really didn't get a chance to know anything about our father's history or a legacy or nothing. We didn't get a chance to ask him what, about his people. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna cut this video off because I got people coming in here and I do not want this video to be interfered with. So I'm gonna see y'all later and I'm out and I'm gonna say, I don't know. The curses of Deuteronomy chapter 28 is proof of who the Jews are, who the real Jews are. I'm out.